You guys remember those choose your own adventure books? You know, like they had adventures at the pyramid and shit. Like, guess what? Your parents are taking you to the pyramids, but while you're there, you discover a secret passage. Do you choose to explore it on your own? Turn to page 37. Or tell your parents, turn to page 12. I just wish they would have more realistic ones, like your parents are taking you to the fucking county fair. And you see somebody selling cotton candy. Are you going to whine and beg and hope you get it? Turn to page 12. Or are you just going to tilt your head in despair and you realize that you're not going to get it? Or maybe they should make some for adults, you know, something realistic, like instead of the pyramid adventure, the bar adventure, for when you just can't take your job and your wife won't stop nagging you and you go to the bar and you've had a few too many and a woman comes up to you and starts flirting. Do you choose to have an extramarital affair? Turn to page 12. Or choose to just keep drowning your sorrows in whiskey? Turn to page 13. You turned to page 12 and chose to have an extramarital affair. Well, guess what? You just got an STD from a hooker and she took all your money. But I think what would be really awesome is if they had like some based on a TV show like Law and Order, you know? You found clues. You choose to pursue suspect number 1 or suspect number 2. You chose suspect number 2, the wrong suspect. Another innocent victim has died because of your horrible mistake. You choose to drown your sorrows at the local cop bar or eat your own gun. So, I gotta tell you guys a story. This one time I was at this house party, and this girl came up to me and she whispers in my ear, and I mean, she's really hot, right? And I was like 250 pounds, I was a fat little fuck with a big nose, right? And she whispers in my ear, I want your nose in my vagina. And I said, what? So she repeats herself again, she goes, I want you to fuck me with your nose. And I'm thinking, she's just joking with me, right? So I'm gonna see how far she's willing to take this joke. Turns out she was willing to take it pretty fucking far, because next thing I know, my nose is buried deep in her crotch, and I'm giving a whole new meaning to the word nose job. And I gotta tell you, it's the first time a woman's ever told me to blow harder. And I'm sitting there and I start coming to my senses and I'm thinking, you know, I don't even know this girl. What if she gives me an STD or something? Is it possible to get nose herpes or crabs in my nose? But those prospects did not scare me half as much as the next thing that she said. Let's try anal now. You know, a lot of people have been talking about Lady Gaga tonight. You know, she's coming out with this new perfume that's supposed to smell like blood and semen. It's true. It's true, yeah. But there's other celebrities that don't want to be outdone. So there's a bunch of them coming out with products for different various things. Like Sylvester Stallone, he's coming out with a line of tampons for when there's first blood. And you guys remember Mark Wahlberg? Used to be Marky Mark. He's coming out with Mark. Yeah, that's right. He's coming out with his own line of sex toys. Feel the vibration. Yeah. You guys remember Peter Billingsley from The Christmas Story?
Yeah.
He actually had a line of dildos out, but it failed because everybody kept saying, "You're going to put your brown eye out." And Cypress Hill is even getting in on the action. You guys know who they are. I know you do.
Yeah.
So they're coming out with a line of diaphragms for you ladies, for when you want to get insane in the poontang. I'm going to finish up by letting you guys know about the first time I decided I wanted to do stand-up. I was about 10 years old. My parents thought I was asleep, but I snuck out, stood outside the bedroom door and listened to the TV show they were watching. And this comedian on the TV called his wife a magnificent bitch, and I didn't really realize that that was a bad thing because my dad always called my mom that all the time. So the next day I'm at school, and I called one of my classmates a magnificent bitch, thinking I was paying her a compliment, and the teacher, she just looked at me in utter horror, and she was like, "Where did you hear that?" So I told her, you know, on the TV, this guy said, and she said, "Well, just because that man on TV got paid to say a bad word doesn't make it right." Something clicked in my little 10-year-old head, and I thought, you can get paid to say bad words? I've been busting my ass, delivering newspapers and taking out the garbage, and I can get paid to say a bad word? So I just looked at my teacher and said something to her that my dad also said to my mom all the time. "I'm out of here, you fucking cunt."